Long time ago, when wishes often came true, there lived a king who had a beautiful and loving daughter. She was so precious to him that he always gave her whatever she wanted. One day, the princess said, "Father, I am bored of playing with my old toys. I want something new to play with." The king smiled and replied, "My dear, since you are precious to me, I will give you the most valuable toy that my grandfather gave me in my childhood." He opened his golden safe and took out a shining golden ball. "Take this ball," he said. "It will shine as bright as the sun under the sky, but this is very precious, don't ever lose it." The princess was overjoyed. "Thank you, father, you're the best father in the world," she said happily. The princess went to the garden to play with her golden ball. She tossed it into the air and caught it again and again, laughing with joy. Suddenly the ball rolled away, and as she ran after it, an ugly frog appeared from behind the bushes. "Ugh! Go away, you dirty frog," she said in disgust. The frog replied, "I saw you from the bushes and was amazed by your beauty. Would you allow me to be your friend and play with you?" The princess frowned. "How could you even think such a thing? I can't play with an ugly, warty frog like you. I'm the most beautiful girl in the world. Why would I play with something so dirty?" The frog said, "But I can hop, jump, and even swim to catch your ball. I'd be a perfect playmate." The princess turned away and said, "I'd rather play alone than touch a dirty frog," and went back to the castle. The next day she returned to play with her golden ball. She chose a quiet spot under an old linden tree beside a deep well. "This place is so peaceful," she thought. "That horrid frog will never find me here." She began tossing the ball again, but as it gleamed brightly in the sunlight, it dazzled her eyes and slipped from her hands, rolling straight into the well. "Oh no, my golden ball!" She cried. She leaned over but couldn't see the bottom, it was too deep. The princess began to weep bitterly. Suddenly she heard a voice. "What's the matter, princess? Your tears could melt a heart of stone." She looked around and saw the ugly frog again. "Oh, it's you," she sobbed. "My golden ball fell into the well." The frog replied, "I can help you, but what will you give me if I fetch your ball?" "Anything you want," she said quickly. "My jewels, my clothes, even my crown." The frog croaked, "I don't want your jewels or your crown. If you would befriend me, let me sit beside you, eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep in your little bed. Then I will dive into the water and bring your golden ball back." The princess was annoyed by his long list of demands, but she wanted her ball back, so she said impatiently, "Oh yes, I promise you everything, just get my ball." The frog immediately dove into the well. A short while later, he came back up, carrying the golden ball in his mouth and dropped it on the grass. Overjoyed, the princess picked up her ball and ran away without another word. "Wait! Stop! Take me with you!" cried the frog, but she ignored him and hurried back to the castle. The next evening, as the princess sat dining with her father, there came a knock at the door. "Princess, open the door for me," croaked a voice. Curious, she went a look, and there sat the little frog. "You dirty creature! How dare you come to my doorstep?" she cried and slammed the door shut, running back to the table. The king noticed her fear. "My dear, what troubles you?" he asked. "Is there a monster outside?" The princess replied nervously, "No, father, it's just a horrid frog. Yesterday, when I lost my golden ball in the well, he got it back for me, but only if I promised to let him be my companion. I never thought he'd come to the palace." The king said firmly, "A promise is a promise, my child. Once a royal gives their word, they must keep it. Go and let him in." Reluctantly, the princess opened the door, and the frog hopped in, following her to the dining table. "Thank you, princess. Lift me up to sit beside you," he said. Disgusted, she hesitated, but her father's stern gaze made her obey. The frog feasted happily from her plate, asking for more soup and praising the food, while the princess barely ate a bite. When dinner was over, the frog said, "I am tired now. You must carry me to your room and let me sleep in your silken bed." The princess protested, "Enough! Leave this palace right now, ugly creature." But her father said gently, "My dear, you gave your word. A true royal must honor their promise." So, fuming, she picked up the frog with her fingers, carried him upstairs, and dropped him in a corner. "You stay here all night or I'll throw you in the forest tomorrow," she warned. The frog replied, "Take me to your bed or I'll tell the king." Furious, she picked him up and threw him against the wall with all her strength. But as he hit the wall, the frog fell motionless, dead. "Oh no," cried the princess. "What have I done? Please wake up." She poked him gently and began to cry. Moved by guilt, she softly kissed the frog. At once the frog stirred and transformed into a handsome young prince with kind, bright eyes. The princess gasped. "Who are you? Where did the frog go?" The prince smiled. "I am the same frog. Let me tell you my story. Once I was a proud and arrogant prince who hunted animals in the forest. One day, a wood fairy appeared and said, 'You pitiless human! These creatures are not your toys. They belong to nature, created by God, not by you. I arrogantly told her that everything in the forest belonged to me. Angered, she cursed me to live as a frog until I learned kindness and humility. When I begged for mercy, she said I would return to human form only if I could change the heart of a selfish human. That's when I met you. Ashamed, the princess said softly, I am sorry for being unkind. The prince smiled. Now that you have learned compassion, my curse is broken. Promise me you will always be kind to every living creature. I promise, said the princess. Then the prince asked, since you are now kind-hearted, may I ask one favor? Will you marry me? Without hesitation, the princess said yes. With her father's blessing, they were married, and from that day onward, the couple cared deeply for animals and protected nature. The wood fairy watched them with joy and said, Well done, my children. You have proved yourselves to be true human beings. Those who awaken their kindness become divine.